Hello primates, welcome to the zoo. This is the third part of Bottomless Cup of Coffee. This time I'll tell you a story about storytelling. Last time I chided all of us for maintaining Stone Age memes that we don't have to have anymore, and began a warning to not dehumanize those that don't know any better because they don't know any better. It is so easy for the aware to say in reply to the theistic, tribalistic efforts at the pre-programmed dehumanizing that they do of anyone not in lockstep with them, "Oh yeah? So's your mom!" And we can prove with verified scientific evidence that the carriers of the parasitic memes are less than human. Sure we can. A klaxon should be rung. One day one of us will get fed up and do this. And the religious should be warned and pull their heads out of their asses, reread their guidebooks as allegory, and stick a sock into the mouth of the craziest fuckers in their flock before any more itchy fingers commit homegrown terrorism in a country fast becoming a tinderbox. It is in our primate nature, too, to be tribal, to foster hatred and fear. We're no better. We can say it's because their brains are physically defective with temporal lobe epilepsy that they are addicted to recalling the rapturous hallucinations inspired by indoctrination and induced by rituals and or drugs. And because of this, they are subhuman. We can say a lot of things. That doesn't make us potentially any less full of shit than they are. I'll remind you again that we are the first domesticated animal. We all bear the genetic burden of dormant FMTLE, familial mesial temporal lobe epilepsy. The same genetic curse that brings us insane religions, lighting up indicators of specific activity types in the brain when a devout theist is having or recalling a spiritual experience, also happens in other types of intoxicating recall and experience in a non-spiritual person, bringing us such things as romantic love, high art, athletic prowess, genius metacognition, music, and concepts of kindness and egalitarianism. When this science becomes more commonly known, we have got to be careful to not be throwing out bathwater with baby in it. Religious people are sick in the head, addicted to the neurochemical rush from the joyous recall of hallucinatory experiences. I've had them. You may have too. Aaron Ra confesses that he has. And like he, I learned to recognize them for what they are. But often during indoctrination rituals, when a temporal lobe seizure is induced, it's the bullshit that's going in that's causing the bullshit that's coming out. It feels supernatural, but it's a wiring hiccup, a neurological flaw in here that can be made to be advantageous, or it can screw up your head, maybe for life. Communicating concepts realized during exercises of the imagination, including such as daydreams, meditation, trance, hallucinations, and lucid dreams, is a true hallmark of our creative species. Just ask a chimpanzee. But we are frequently too smart in some ways to be for our own good in others. For instance, long ago, a shaman or medicine person would go into a trance either from drugs, a medical trauma, or from a ritual repetition. The rare ones who survived well and really loved to trip became addicted to their psychosis. These were the first professional stoners. The shaman's vision would then be heard and repeated to the tribe, or to the elders, who would interpret it. As these were fully shifted paradigms being expressed that could actually benefit the tribe, possibly preventing important mistakes. But shamans died in ritual. Intentionally inducing paradigm shifts, especially by older, more dangerous means, are often a traumatic dance with death. If there was no successor, the stories of shamans' past were told over and over again, along with other types of dramatic adventures. From this, we created a kind of memory extension, a means for the next person, even the next generation, to not have to relearn the hard-won lessons of the elders and of the long dead, as they might have had to do before by actual trial and error experience. Slowly, the storyteller with the phenomenal memory recall came to be revered and as important to the well-being of the tribe as the shaman. Then storytellers made stories that shaman are bad and should be murdered for the good of the tribe. Storytellers, or oral historians, bards, priests, were like the first IT guys. They held all the secrets of the dead elders in their heads. This memory extension, this artificial intelligence, became so much a part of tribal life that it was not often questioned, and when it was, tribes divided and there was war. In fact, the AI priests became dedicated to both providing reasons for war and methods of fighting them. Whenever humanity grew, so did the artificial intelligence. One could not consider any particular tribe without also considering the influence their artificial intelligence had on every aspect of that tribe. As humans were constantly breeding ourselves to be more effective survivors through adaptability, it would have had to become very hard to know what part of a random person's knowledge was learned, AI provided, from the long-held tribal stockpile of knowledge, most of it out of date, and what part was from a person's own experience. The symbiosis, at that point, of the parasitic artificial intelligence with its biological host was complete. It was inevitable that newer, better parasites would evolve as some humans were coming to a full comprehension of the personal benefits that could be had if the outdated parasites of others could be manipulated to tithe to those with more masterful parasite paradigms. From this, whole new waves of parasite wars broke out till there were huge parasites running huge, aggressively masculine tribes that did nothing but wage war. Rather than think about how stupid it was to be mass-producing food so as to have enough babies to fight the next wave of parasite wars, people would consult with their parasite, because that's what it was there for. Not once considering that the parasite was also the source of hate and hubris and very incorrect data, and that it would work solely for its own reproduction. Humans were only there to be bred for the ride. In effect, the type of AI war expressed by the Reason Why guy in his video, What I Fear More Than Anything, has already been happening over and over again for several thousand years. Thank you for taking the red pill. Links in the sidebar. Check it out and pour me another cup of coffee. Enjoy your life. The only thing not borrowed from those yet to be.